I don't know what to call this video. I guess it's a story time, but yeah, sorry, give me a sec. I'm currently in LA, as you can see here. This is where I'm staying, and I'm not gonna say I'm having a really hard time, but I am, if that makes sense. But it's only because things happened and it just flared up old memories, and it's affecting me. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not. But this is a story of how this is a story about my ex. The one, I'm just gonna say it. This is a story of my ex. The one that basically messed me up. Like completely and utterly fucked me over. That's the best way to put it. So, oh my God. Get yourself together, Kate. Okay, it's a new day. I'm gonna apologize for yesterday. I was a wreck, so I had to stop recording because I didn't want to break down. And that's not the person I want to be. I've just had a lot of things happen while I've been in LA. I hurt my leg, so I haven't been able to walk much. I've been stuck in this apartment, which I'm not 100% comfortable being here because I'm not settled in. And then, yeah, not running into, but seeing stuff of my ex on Grindr, flared up a lot of old memories. But yes, this video is about my ex. It is a story time. I'm not gonna mention his name because I'm not that type of person. I may cry in the video, I may not, but just let you know, I am fine now. It's just, yeah, being stuck and not being able to move much kind of messed with my head because I'm such an active person and such a positive person that it kind of destroyed me a little bit. So I'm going to tell you this story because this story is part of Pride Month. So I thought I'd talk about my relationship, the one that affected me most, the person I was in love with. Now, some of the stuff in this video I haven't even told my family about. So before I put this up, I will talk to them. I'm getting a little bit emotional just thinking about it. So I just don't, yeah, I've just got to tell them first because I was engaged to this person. Well, we were getting engaged. And yeah, he was the love of my life. I've never loved someone as much as okay, no, don't cry, Kane. You're fine today, you can do this. Yeah, he was the love of my life. And it ended abruptly. Like, I still to this day don't know why it ended. And it has affected me for the past 2 years. So a year and a half, sorry. So I met this guy 2 years ago on Grindr when I was here, and it was just at the start of my trip, and I was here for a couple of months. We hit it off straight away. We didn't sleep together, we went on a date, we did everything like that, and we just got along so well. And I remember he would either not go into work or he would basically leave work early just so he could hang out with me, which was super cute, and I wasn't used to that. And I wasn't out yet, so I was still in the closet at the time, but here I could be a bit more free because people didn't really know me that well. We'd do sleepovers, he'd pretty much sleep over every single night. We just clicked. We basically worked off each other. Like, he understood my sense of humor, I understood his, but yeah, we were inseparable. We literally would go out together, drink together, chill out together, we'd do everything, and it was amazing. I was only here for a short period, so I tried not to get too attached at the time, he would always be like, I'm sleeping over tonight, and I'd be like, no, you're not. I go, because that was me trying to say I don't want to get attached, because I could feel myself getting attached a couple of weeks in. I'm like, no, let's just not do this. But he'd always be like, nah, bad luck, I'm staying, and just stay. Which I found extremely cute, so I just let him do it anyway. And then about a month in, I want to say, we went out to dinner and I saw a really vulnerable side to him, and he broke down and he was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do when you leave. He's like, I want you to stay, we should just get married, because we're just trying to think of a way for me to be here. And I was trying out job options, trying to find something, someone to sponsor me, and I just couldn't. I said no, because I'm like, I don't want to rush into this, I don't want people to get the wrong idea, and I wasn't 100% sure that's what I wanted, you know. I wasn't sure about the relationship still, it was only a month in, so I said no to him. But I saw a really vulnerable side which made me start to fall in love with this guy. He was super honest with me and it made me super happy. Things he said was just beautiful. Like, it was like, no one's treated me like the way you've treated me. Yeah, it was really, I don't want to cry doing this video, so I'm not going to say. Yeah, that's when I started to know that I was falling in love with the guy. And then when I was leaving, I think it was like 3 weeks after that, or it could have been a month. Anyway, we're at the airport and we both just started bawling our eyes out. Like, I mean, Kim Kardashian cry, like that crying face. And it was super hard. And I remember going through customs and like the customs lady's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, I'm so ugly. And I'm just like crying, walking around the airport doing laps. Like, I was a complete wreck. Then when I got home from LA, all I wanted to do was talk to him. So we literally FaceTimed every day, and I mean at least 3-4 times a day. And it was not short calls, it was like good couple of hours, and we could just stare at each other on the camera and just look at each other. And that's when I started to fall in love with this guy even more. And then he told me he loved me, and I couldn't help myself because I knew I loved him too. And he's like, we need to get you back here. And I wanted to move there. So in a way it was perfect, but I needed a job. But then he asked me again to marry him. And I thought, you know what? I love this guy so much that I would want to spend the rest of my life with him because he makes me happy. And oh God, I'm getting emotional. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Yeah, he made me extremely happy, so I said yes. And we started to do the paperwork to basically speed up the process. So I was going to get a fiance visa. At the time, I told my family that was to get a job, and helped me out because they didn't know I was with. Sorry, Mum. We did the paperwork. A month later, I had to go, it was a month later, 2 months later. It was October, so I think it was 2. So I did the paperwork and sent it to him. And I was going away for work. And we'd constantly send these messages to each other on Snapchat every single day from when I got back. And it was, I love you, I miss you, I can't wait to be with you. So when I go to bed, I'd do that. And then when I'd wake up, he'd have one for me that he would actually go out on the street or to someone in his work or someone that he knew and say, good morning, Kane. And then he'd get on the camera and say, I love you, I miss you, and I can't wait to be with you. And that just made me love the guy even more. And he was always there for me when I needed him, when I was struggling or whatever. And I was there for him. Like, I remember he did a 20-hour road trip drive with his sister, and he had to keep awake. And here's me, just like, I'm staying up as well. I'll FaceTime you, I'll call you, and we'll play games over the phone. Like, he made me extremely happy, so I would have done anything for him. Anyway, so I was going away for work, and I was going away for 3 days, and I wasn't going to have any reception. And because we spoke every day, I said, hey, I won't be able to speak to you for 3 days, So it's going to be hard, but we'll be fine. And before I left, the thing he said, he's like, I love you, I miss you, I can't wait to be with you, and I'll speak to you when you get back. And I'm like, okay. And I told my work I was leaving because I was quitting that weekend to let them know that I'm moving to LA. So I told my boss, I'm like, look, I'm leaving in January. At the end of January, and it was only end of October at the time, I'm like, I'm leaving to go be with the one I love, I'm gonna get married to him, and I'm moving to LA. So I'm just letting you know I'm leaving after the tennis, just so they had some notice and that we could train someone up. And everyone was shocked. They're like, already? And they're like, you know, that's pretty soon. I'm like, well, love is what love is. Yeah, so I get back on the Sunday and I just had I think it was like a 17-hour day, and I was just exhausted. And I remember walking in the door and my mum opening it going, are you all right? And all I wanted to say is, I just want to talk to him. But I didn't, because I know the time difference was way out and he wasn't up yet. So I went to bed. Then the next day I went to my other job, the job I hated, which was JB Hi-Fi, and he knew how much I hated JB Hi-Fi. So I was waiting for that day to quit. And I had a big fight with my boss there, because he didn't realize I was going away and I was meant to be working the day before, and he's like, you didn't tell me you're working at your other job, and I'm just like, I can't deal with this. So I just walked out and I had to cool off. So I called him, because we used to call each other on our breaks, and I was just a complete wreck. I'm like, all I wanted to do all day is just talk to you. I just need to talk to you. And then he's just said, I can't marry you. And at first I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is what's going on, like I don't understand. And then I said, you know what, as long as I still got you, I don't care. That was just an option, and that we can find another way. And then he's like, I've got to go into a meeting. I'm like, okay, I'll speak to you later. He's like, cool. I didn't hear from him for 3 days. And I was going crazy, I was emotional, I was breaking down. And I was sitting in a park and I was a complete wreck. And I'm like, can you please call me? I'm sitting in a car park, in a park, bawling my eyes out. So he calls me and he's just like, I can't be with you. And he never gave me a reason why. So it always made it harder to move on. But yeah, I was a complete wreck for a while. I was a mess because I loved the guy so much, and he was my world and he was my everything. Like, I've never loved someone as much as I loved him. I've never even loved anyone besides him. It's like, it was only a short time, but I've been in longer relationships and not felt love, but that was definitely the love. He was the love of my life. We have spoken since, because I ended up buying a ticket when we were together to surprise him for his birthday, which was before the tennis. So I was gonna fly down, surprise him, then go back, get my stuff and leave. And I was ready to come out that week to my family, but I ended up not coming out for another like 5 months. I remember when I was coming back to LA in February, because I changed my ticket, because I'm like, I'm not going there for his birthday. I did see him. It started off okay, and then it just ended badly. He was being a dick, but yeah, I still don't know why we broke up. He still won't tell me why, but I've just got to try and move on. It has been hard. It's nearly been 1.5 years or whatever it is since it ended, and yeah, it has affected every relationship I've been in since then, or lack of relationships I should say. Yeah, that was how I met him, and that's how we ended things, or he ended things. But yeah guys, yeah, it's just been hard being back here, because like there's things that still remind me, but I've got to try and move forward, which is the hard part. But yeah, that's what happens when you fall in love. It's hard, it hurts. But yeah, I never got that closure to move forward. I know I'll never get that closure, and I've just got to try and move on. It might take long, it might take another year, it might take 3, who knows, but I've just got to try and do it. I'll get through it, I always do. Stay positive. Positive Kane. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time besides that here. I've made some really cool new friends, hung out with a lot of people, drank a lot, injured myself, but today it's moving, so that's good. It means it's nearly better. And it's Pride this coming weekend, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm doing some stuff, so it should be cool. But yeah, there's going to be some vlogs to come. Sorry I haven't filmed anything in a while, but there is a lot of videos to come, a lot of collaborations as well planned with my mate Chad as well, because we've got the same birthday, so there's some cool things happening. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, and make sure to follow me on all my social media. You can watch me on my Insta story and my Snapchat to keep up with what I'm doing, but there will be a vlog coming of me arriving in LA. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So yeah guys, I'm gonna let you go. So for now, cheers!